Hi, and welcome to this course. I hope that you've taken some time to read the news items and to also see my welcome message. I'm your instructor, Victoria Fowler, and I will be your online math instructor this semester. Thank you for enrolling in this course. Hopefully you've taken a look at my biography. I'm now going to show you how to navigate through the course and get an idea of what you'll be accessing this semester. And hopefully this will answer a lot of your questions. Okay, after reading this Getting Started message, which indicates that you should go to the content link, the course syllabus, I want you to actually do that. Okay, I want you to click on the content button, and I want you to get started by clicking on the Start Here Getting Started button. The first thing that I want to talk to you about is basically the course breakdown. We will be using Mymathlab for all of our math content. There you will access lectures, videos, the e-text, and all of your homework regarding math, specific assignments, and also your exams and quizzes. Okay. First, you should know that you must purchase access to Mymathlab, whether it's through the bookstore or through the Mymathlab or Pearson website. Once you've purchased access, you will go through the process, hopefully received an email from me, to register yourself in the course and link eCampus to our Mymathlab course. Okay, and that can be done. Let me go back to the course page. That linking process, which you got an email with an attachment, will be done by clicking on this Pearson widget and mousing over the white portion here. So I'll do that in a few moments. Okay, let's go back to the course breakdown. The course breakdown, we have 4 units, so that basically means we have 4 major exams. And what you're going to do first is you're going to read over the assigned textbook sections that you access through Mymathlab. You'll watch some videos, look at some PowerPoints, develop kind of some notes and some questions that you possibly want to email me about. You can also view additional examples. There's additional videos or animations, and you'll see that you'll be able to access these throughout the entire semester. Once you have a good idea or understanding of the material, you'll then do homework. So again, in Mymathlab, you'll click on the homework button. I'll show you that. And you're going to notice that your homework is going to be due weekly. That's going to be on Sundays at 11:59 p.m. and in accordance to the syllabus calendar, except right before you have an exam. Exams will always open Sunday and close on Tuesday, and so on a week where we have an exam, the homework and the quiz will actually close the Saturday before. I will go through and I will show you about submitting homework weekly and how you do that in Mymathlab. What you'll notice is that though you have weekly assignments, you'll be able to access some of those assignments that you've already submitted and increase your score on any problems that you did not complete, but you will have a penalty of 30%, so you can get up to 70% on those problems that you perhaps didn't complete but they were due. Okay, when the unit exam opens, you however will not be able to open up that material again, so that will be the final due date for each homework set related to that unit. Okay, so we've done some reading, some understanding, we've done some practice problems in the homework. You will also have to be required to complete a discussion board assignment, which will be found in eCampus. I will show you that, so we'll be using eCampus for the discussion board assignments. This will be part of a participation grade, which will account for a percentage of your overall average, and you can see that in the course syllabus. Okay, once you've completed the reading, the homework, the discussion board assignment, you can then take a sample test by yourself at home, and then once the exam window opens, you'll be able to test between Sunday and Tuesday of the determined dates as set by your course syllabus. And note that the unit exam must be taken at a certified testing center. The Blinn College Learning Centers or the designated spots on the Seeley and Schulenburg campuses are pre-approved. As you'll notice here, if you need alternate arrangements, so if you're not close to a Blinn College campus or you have some sort of issues that may require other arrangements, you can contact me, but you need to do that immediately, and we can fill out an alternate approval site form, request that from me, and then we've got to get that processed and in place at least 1 week prior to the exam date. So I do look forward to working with you. Be sure to email me directly to the victoria.fowler@blinn.edu. I actually discourage email through eCampus because it may take a little bit longer. I want you to know that student communication will respond to it within 24 hours except on the weekends and holidays. Okay, let's look at some other things in the course. Okay, now that you have an overall idea of what the course is going to be like, I'm going to show you some specifics. One of your first assignments will be to look at your course syllabus, and you'll find a link here, and then take a course information quiz based off of that course syllabus. Notice that the course information quiz will actually not be available until you open the course syllabus itself. So you do need to read that, make sure you understand the testing policies, the course breakdown, and the calendar assignments. Once you've taken that course or information quiz, what I'd like you to do after that is actually introduce yourself using the first discussion forum. So this will count as part of your participation grade. You're going to introduce yourself. You're going to visit the Blinn College Connecticut page to learn about appropriate electronic communication. And then you're going to post to this discussion forum your name, your major, any other personal information you'd like to share. I want to know if you've ever taken an online course and what you hope to learn in this course. After that, you'll then be required to reply to one of your classmates' posts. You will not be able to respond to anyone's until you actually post yourself. So I encourage you to do that quickly. So it looks like you have a couple tasks right away. Take the course information quiz, start posting to the discussion assignment, introductions so we can get to know each other, and we'll be spending lots of time online together. And then after that, let's get started into Unit 1, and we're going to take a look at Mymathlab. Okay, so here I am navigating to Unit 1. This is very much like what the rest of the unit layouts will be like. It'll tell you which sections are covered in the textbook. It'll also tell you what your student learning outcomes are expected to be. You'll find under each unit a checklist. This will help you to stay on track. It's reminding you that you have unit exam deadlines are Tuesdays. Remember, you can test between Sunday and Tuesday of the designated exam window. You'll have homework due weekly as noted on the syllabus. I will also have posted a schedule at a glance so you can see some due dates. But please know that homework, exams, and quizzes are graded immediately in Mymathlab. I will update all of your grades in eCampus, that's our official grade book, within 1 week of the unit exam. And if you have specific concerns regarding your grade, email me directly to my victoria.fowler@blinn.edu email address. Okay, so looking at Unit 1 in the checklist, you'll actually notice there's quite a few review sections prior to getting started in this course that you'll want to cover. It's a good idea to get started on these also right away. So as soon as you jump into this course, complete that course syllabus quiz or the course orientation quiz. Then you can post the discussion forum, and then you want to get into Mymathlab, which I'll show you in a minute, and start working on those review sections. The homework for this unit that you're tested over actually starts at the section 10.2, and we cover up to 11.4. And it kind of just keeps you on track. You're going to do your homework. You'll take a quiz, you'll take a practice test, as I've already mentioned, check if you have a discussion board assignment, and then you'll take your unit exam. And you'll find these checklists for each unit, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So looking back at Unit 1, again, all the math content will be in Mymathlab. You can take a look at this to stay on track in eCampus. I'm going to scroll on down and show you that you do actually have a discussion board assignment on limits, and you would click on that and you would complete it by the provided due date. Okay? Okay, so let's actually get started with the math content. Hopefully by now you've already linked your eCampus to Mymathlab. If that's the case, you can access the Mymathlab link here, or as it's saying down where I'm clicking now, it says click the green Pearson widget to access Mymathlab. So let me actually go back just to make sure. If you haven't done that already, you'll probably want to pause this, go back to our course homepage. You're going to click on that green Pearson widget, but the white portion, and you're going to notice that your layout is a little bit different than mine. I have instructor links shown here. You won't see that. It'll be best for you to click on the Mymathlab with eText home. Okay, so let's click on that. Okay, you will also see it may look slightly different on your version as I have the instructor version, but I also have a welcome message here. I have some things to go over that kind of begin here, sort of a repeat of what you saw in eCampus, reminding you of all the requirements of this course. You'll also be able to access the syllabus from here, but what you really want to look at right now is probably your homework, because this is where we'll be starting with the math portion. You will have due dates clearly labeled on the side. You can see these have not been updated for our course, but you will have due dates for each section. We've got these review sections, as I discussed, that make sure you are ready to get started into this Math 1325. You'll notice that our first homework section that you will be tested over is 10.2, and you can continue there for the rest of our homeworks for the remainder of the semester. But each one will have a due date, and the due date for the homework will be weekly up until the Sunday prior to the first or to the unit exam date. In that case, it would close again on Saturday. Okay, if you would like me to show you what these look like, for example, you've got some reading assignments for each one of these sections. So I'm just going to pick one, 12.1. You'll see that we've got access to the textbook. You have access to a couple videos, and it'll even take you to a YouTube video as well. Once you've completed that, then you should actually do the homework problems. So I'm going to take you to the 12.1 homework. Right now I'm going to bypass some requirements. As I mentioned, the due dates aren't updated, and you can see I have a late submission penalty. As I mentioned, the 30% would be deducted for questions completed after the due date, but I want to show you what this format would look like. If you click on a question number 1, you can actually navigate through and kind of skip around to whatever section or question rather that you would like to look at. And so now I'm back here at question number 1. If I don't know how to do it, even if I've done the reading and watched some videos, I can actually click view an example, and it'll walk me through a very similar problem, which will help me complete it. And then I'm actually going to do some homework. So let me just get this wrong. Okay, as you'll find out later in the semester, an answer like 0 is completely unreasonable here. If I want to submit my answer though, I'm going to hit check answer. It's going to tell me it's not correct. But what you'll notice is that I can actually go back and type in something else. So you'll have to get used to using some of the functions of Mymathlab. So here I'll type in 12x squared, then I'll have minus 16x and plus 5. So let's hit check answer. Nope, still not correct. It's not too bad though, because it says I still can actually try it again. It'll ask me if I want my final check, so let's get this to be a 3x squared. Nice work. Okay, so we got it right. Okay, once I've gotten it correct, you'll notice that it puts the check mark up here. If I still had, however, not gotten it correct in those 3 tries, I could actually still regenerate this, try it again, and I could increase my score to actually be 100% on here. Okay, once I try to move on, it'll say, do I want to finish this, save my best score? It'll ask me a question about there, so you can save it at any point, and if you feel like coming back to it later, you most certainly can do that. So I'm going to click out of this and leave that page. And you'll see it'll work similarly for the rest of our homework problem sets. You'll see they vary in the length, and it also would obviously depend on the section material covered. Okay, so assuming that we've done all of our homework for our unit, it'll be time to take our unit exam. I should have on file from you, based on your course information quiz, where you'd like to test, or if you are going to be testing at an alternate site, we will have arranged that. You've requested an approval form, and we've taken care of that. So now we're getting ready to take a test. What you're going to do is you're going to click on Take a Test, and you'll see or you can alternately click on quizzes and tests that'll appear up here. You can see all the available exams. You will not see a unit test available until the day the exam window opens, but this is where you would go and the proctor would type in a password. Under no circumstances are your exams to be unproctored. I will never give you a password or email you a password. All exams must be proctored, but they will appear under the quizzes and test portion of your Mymathlab, and you could access your quizzes here and you'll be able to see like time limit or how many attempts that you would have. Okay, one thing to clear up now would be that there is a gradebook available in Mymathlab. As I mentioned, your homework scores will be immediately available in Mymathlab, but the actual gradebook for this course will be housed in eCampus. So all the weightings in accordance to the course syllabus will be reflected within eCampus. I'm going to go back to my eCampus tab, and I would be able as a student to go under progress and grades, and those will be updated within about 1 week of the unit exam. Just a couple of things while I'm thinking about it that hopefully you will find on your own is that I've got some cool things in here, like being able to sign up for text or email alerts. So if you've kind of fallen behind on some things, if you sign up using this Remind app or just following these directions, you'll receive text messages or emails from me a couple days in advance before due dates, just as a reminder of what's coming up so that you don't fall behind. And also, again, you want to use those unit checklists to make sure that you're not falling behind either. Okay, so we've looked at Mymathlab, got an idea of how that's going to work. That's where, again, all of our math content will be found. You've got an idea of eCampus. You're going to use it for your grades and for discussions, and also to kind of keep track of where you are in your assignments. You can also access Mymathlab directly from here, right, using that widget. There's just really one other thing I want to show you because I could spend lots and lots of time, but you probably won't want to listen to it. On your content tab, or button rather, you're going to see these modules, and if you do encounter any sort of difficulties, I recommend you first visiting the Support, Technical, and Academic tab. You've got all kinds of resources available to you through Blinn, through the Mymathlab website, and also through me. The Learning Center, which is on the Bryan and Brenham campuses, have hours that vary by location. You'll want to check those for your exams. And then you've got some resources on how to operate eCampus. So you've got some quick guides there, and then some resources for Mymathlab. So you've got an orientation that I've developed from Mymathlab. There's a Getting Started handout, which you should have received in your initial email from me. I've got some tech tips, and then some settings depending upon your browser. There's also a technical support link here with several phone numbers. So you should have access to help 24 hours a day pretty much. So any questions that you have, I encourage you to email me. Technical issues, however, I will not be much help. Okay, the last thing I'm going to go over very quickly is that at some point during the semester between exam 3 and 4, you'll be able to give me some feedback. I'd like to know what you think of this course, what technologies have been useful, what things you're using, and then I'll take that into consideration in developing future-wise in this course and throughout maybe this semester that remains. So hopefully after looking at a little bit of Mymathlab, you've gotten an overview of that. You'll be able to figure out and navigate it. Again, just make sure that you are linking that course right away, the Pearson course, Mymathlab, to our eCampus by clicking on this widget and following the directions. I do again recommend you use the eText course home. There's so many tools available to you that you've paid for. You've got a Tools for Success button, graphing calculator help, you've got a student solutions manual, you've got so much at your fingertips that you probably won't even realize what you're missing unless you click on it and discover. So I recommend you click around now, get an idea of what's going on, and if you need any help, again, just email me. Have a great semester.